going, everybody? Expat Stacker coming to you with a discussion topic video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the topic of trading silver for gold, and I'm going to be using one of the more popular, prominent YouTubers in the silver stacking community as an example, some videos that he recently made, and that's Silver Joker. First, let me just say, to be 100% clear, that this video is not intended to disrespect Silver Joker or put Silver Joker down. I'm subscribed to Silver Joker. I like Silver Joker's channel, watch his videos, and I am not trying to disrespect him or put him down or say that he did anything wrong or anything like that. I just decided to make this video because it's an interesting topic. I've seen some other YouTubers make a video on this topic as well. Silver Dragons has one. A lot of the silver stacking community have videos on this topic, and I hear a lot of different points being made, but I also hear a lot of the same points being made. So basically, I just want to take a couple of Silver Joker's videos and use them as an example. So I'll put the link of those two videos in the description, and I suggest you go watch them, and you can come back and watch this video. I'll summarize basically the videos that I'm talking about. The two videos I'm going to be discussing are taking advantage of the gold-silver ratio, finally some gold. That's the title of one video. That's the first video, I believe, that he made a trade for silver to gold. And then the other one is trading silver for gold a bad idea with a ratio 85:1? So those are the two videos that I'm talking about. So once again, I just want to make it perfectly clear that I'm a fan of Silver Joker, so no disrespect is intended here. And if you guys go to his videos and leave comments, please do so, respectfully. There's no point in telling someone else, that they're dumb or they did something totally wrong. I mean, do you really think you're going to convince anyone by saying, like, "Oh, sorry bro, but you're an idiot"? No, that's not gonna work, guys. So he makes videos to share his experience and his journey, and I'm basically doing the same thing, and that's what a lot of us do. So like, being respectful about it is the best way to go. If you're gonna be disrespectful or hateful or try to put someone else down or say that they don't know what they're doing or anything like that, that's not constructive, that's not positive. So what are you even doing it for? So if you go over to his channel, please be respectful, and I ask you to do the same in my channel and on this video in particular, because I'm going to be asking, that's the point of this video, is to start a discussion. So I'm going to be asking your guys' opinion. So first, let's just go through what he traded. Okay, if you watch the video, he talks about all this stuff. So he had 100 in the first video, taking advantage of gold-silver ratio, finally some gold. He had 187 ounces of silver that he wanted to trade for gold. Now 92 ounces of it was 90% silver. I don't know if there were any like key dates or anything that could go for more than just the spot price, but that it is what it is. 92 ounces of 90% silver, and then 95 ounces of it was premium silver, silver bullion. And Silver Joker in his video says most are coins, and I mean, we can see that when we look at the video. There's 2 tubes of eagles and a tube of maples, and there's also some loose maples and some kooks and other stuff like this that you can see in the video. So 95 ounces of premium silver and 2 tubes of eagle, 1 tube of maple, plus loose eagles, maples, and kooks, and the other stuff he classified as rounds. But some of that stuff is definitely has numismatic value. There's like some Star Wars coin in there, and um, he shows one tube that is kind of mixed. It has 4 Germanias, 5 Korean Tigers, 11 Aztecs. So anyway, that's the breakdown of the silver that he went to trade for gold, and why he was doing this. He says in the video, if you watch it, he just says that he wanted to diversify his stack, and he thinks it's time, and he said he wouldn't be losing anything this way. He's just basically changing his silver into gold. So here's where I run into my first issue with this. And by the way, I did reach out and discuss my my challenge to the contents of his video by commenting in the second video, and he was polite enough and respectful enough to reply, but I didn't really feel like I was getting the the answer that I was basically kind of asking a question, and I just didn't really feel like I got an answer that really answered my question, really, to be honest. But I didn't want to continue on and keep harping on this because he's getting a lot of attacks from people who are saying, oh, you did this trade at a horrible time, blah blah blah. The ratio is too high right now. I mean, for people who think that the silver to gold ratio is too high right now, I mean, there's no guarantee that it's going to go back down to what it has been in the past. I see a lot of people. There are videos where people are saying that they're only stacking silver with the only intention is to change it in for gold later when the ratio goes back down. That's a fallacy. There's no guarantee that it's going to happen. And Silver Joker did his trade now, and maybe the trade is going to get even wider and bigger. It's going to be 185 to 1 next. Nobody knows. So for people saying that that's their whole entire strategy, or that they're just waiting for that to happen, it's not necessarily going to happen. So you don't know that that's going to happen for sure. And it's a fallacy to be thinking that just because it happened in the past, it's going to occur again. It's not necessarily going to happen. There's also people who say, oh, it's mined, out of the ground. Gold to silver is a 1 to 10 ratio, so that's the real ratio, and it's going to go back. No, it's not necessarily. There is a lot more that goes into the ratio than just the rate that it's mined at. The demand is different. What it's used for is different. Markets are manipulated, so that is also a fallacy to say that just because it's mined at a certain ratio that's what it's valued. The demand ratio is going to be the same. It's not true. So I didn't want to continue harping on and continue to ask questions in the comments to Silver Joker, because a lot of people were attacking him, and this is actually the first time I've commented on one of his videos. But to get back to it, like I said, he had the 92 ounces of 90% silver. I don't know if there are any key dates or any coins that had any sort of numismatic value in there, but then the rest was 95 ounces of premium bullion. And he said he wanted to do this to diversify his stack, and he said he felt like it was the right time, and he wasn't losing anything by doing it this way. The problem I have with that, which I mentioned in my comment, is if you go to sell, and by the way, also, sorry, one more thing. He said that, he's doing this basically as a savings and for retirement. He said that in many videos, including these ones. So at some point, he's going to be converting his silver into cash. So the problem with saying that you're not losing anything by making a trade like this, when you're trading away some premium bullion, like American Silver Eagle, for example, you'll get $1 over spot typically from dealers when you sell an American Silver Eagle, and probably just like you would for maples and kooks and you do not get that in a ratio trade. So you only get whatever the spot price value is because you're doing the ratio trade. So, Silver Joker had 2 full tubes of eagles and a full tube of maples, so that's at least minimum $65 you lose by trading it instead of selling it. So, and then however many loose eagles and maples and kooks there were, the dealer said he said verbatim in the video, 95 ounces of premium silver. So that's $95 at a minimum. And you also lost any premium you could have got on collectible numismatic coins and rounds, like the Star Wars coins or the Korean Tigers, or etc. And you can get a lot more than just $1 over spot per coin, depending on who you sell them to. It might take a little longer to liquidate them, but not that much longer. So, and then of course you lose any additional value for any key date coins you have in your constitutional or anything that had collector value on it as well. So, again, he said in the video he's planning to turn these metals into cash when he retires. So in reality, I hate to say this, but it seems to me that Silver Joker absolutely did lose money on this trade. And if you're planning to convert these metals into cash within your lifetime, you definitely lost money on this trade. So the only way I could be wrong about that is if in the future the silver to gold ratio grows even further apart, enough to nullify any losses you accrued in lost premiums during this trade. Now that could happen. Just like I said, we don't know what's going to happen. Just because the gold to silver ratio was closer together in the past doesn't mean it's going to return to that. So people waiting for that to happen, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. We don't know. But we also don't know that it's going to grow further apart. And that would be the only way that you could recoup the losses that you lost in the premiums on that premium silver and anything that had a lot of numismatic value. So, with that said, he also said that he had been waiting. Silver Joker had said that he had been waiting. Part of the reason he did this trade at this time is because he had been waiting for the silver and gold ratio to get closer together. And, it has gotten a little closer together, as he said, but really not by much. So, and historically speaking, not really true. So if you were one of the people who has the strategy of waiting for it to get closer together, this doesn't seem exactly like it's the best time. So, I didn't really understand that, but one thing he said in the video, which I 100% totally agree with, is it's your stack, make it work for you. And that's what he did. So I'm not criticizing this move, but and even if you did lose money on premiums, it doesn't, if that's what you wanted to do, if you wanted to diversify into gold, then that's fine. I'm not saying it's the wrong move, but it does seem like there is some money that was left on the table versus converting this stuff into cash versus doing a ratio trade. So another thing he said in the video that I really didn't understand is Silver Joker said, I really truly believe that silver does the exact same thing as gold does, like now and in the future. So if that's true, then I have two questions. Why were you waiting for the silver and gold ratio to change if you think they're going to do the same thing? The ratio is evidence that they don't do the same thing. So if you were waiting for that, why would you say that you think they're going to do exactly the same thing? I don't really understand that. Maybe I'm taking it too literally or technically or something, but I didn't really get that statement. And the other question I have is, if you think silver and gold are going to do the exact same thing, why do you need to diversify into gold or other metals if they're all going to do the same thing? I mean, even Silver Joker later in the video and the shop owner who he did the trade with and recorded both said that the metals move differently. So I don't really get the comment that you say that you really believe that the silver and gold are going to do the exact same thing. Another thing that Silver Joker said is that he wanted to diversify into other metals, but he said he wasn't ready for platinum and palladium. But if we're judging using history, platinum is at a much better and more attractive price for ratio trade. So that seems like it would have been a better choice than trading silver for gold. But um, I don't know. So I just really have these questions because, as I mentioned, I left a comment on Silver Joker's channel and tried to ask about this, like about the premiums specifically. Uh, these Korean Tiger rounds, they have very low mintage. 2018 was the first in the series, and he had some of those, and they're still highly sought after. If you do a pure ratio trade, I don't see how you're not losing money on that if your goal someday is to convert it back into cash. So I mean, he responded by saying the premiums you paid are not what your silver is worth. That's true, but if you're converting your silver back into cash at some point, that's the strategy, or your gold back into cash at some point, then it is what it's worth. And current spot price is the only measure of value when dealing in silver bullion. That's what he said. But again, it depends on who you're selling to. Even the coin dealers, who are the most conservative, you'll get the least back from them. They'll give you $1 over spot. So current spot price is not the only measure of value. There are premiums, and there is numismatic value. I mean, there are individual constitutional pieces that are worth thousands of dollars. So basically, to me, it would have, if you wanted to do the silver to gold ratio trade like Silver Joker did, then it seems like it would make a lot more sense to trade in just some generic rounds and go through your constitutional and make sure that there's nothing that's of more value, collector value, key date, these kinds of things, and maybe include that, or some generic bars or something like sunshine minting bars, sunshine minting rounds, these kinds of things, which do not carry a premium. You get less than spot. So that seems like it would be a better thing to do in a ratio trade. And now maybe the dealer would not want only that and maybe demand some premium silver, and but more than half of what was given in this trade was premium silver, and even the stuff that was not government minted had numismatic value. So guys, basically my question is, am I wrong, or did Silver Joker lose some money by trading away silver that has high premium for the silver to gold ratio trade? Guys, please leave your comments in the comment section, and once again, just please keep it respectful. I'm asking this question because I'm genuinely wondering if I'm wrong and I don't understand, because Silver Joker has more experience than me and a lot more videos than I do, and probably has more metal, more silver and everything than I do. So I'm just wondering, am I really not understanding? Am I really missing something here? Or is he just being maybe defensive because he got a lot of attacks on the video, or does he just see it differently or something? I don't know. I don't really think you can make that argument, because we're talking about numbers here, so you can't just say like you look at your stack differently. Maybe it wasn't the best time for the ratio trade, but who cares? Like I said, we don't know what's going to happen necessarily in the future, so I'm not really criticizing the timing per se, but what was traded is the thing that I have the question about. So guys, please watch his videos, please leave respectful comments in his videos, please leave a comment in this video, let me know what you think about it, and really appreciate you guys stopping by and listening to everything, and hopefully I did this in a respectful way, and just want to say thank you to Silver Joker for responding, and once again, thanks everybody for stopping by, watching this video. And this is Expat Stacker, and I'll catch you on the flip side.